The question today is from Farah, and Farah asks, I need to be trained out of using the same superlatives over and over again, especially saying wow too much. It's a brilliant question, Farah. I'm actually going to answer it for you in three parts. The first part of my answer is not intended to cause offence, but there'll be many people watching this video who experience this issue of using the same words too frequently when they speak. But for many people, it's an imagined problem. We're very critical of ourselves as public speakers, and what we imagine to be repetition of the same words over and over is often it's in our minds. It's part of that negative self-talk, where in fact if we were to analyse our talk and to count the number of times we use the same word, we will probably find that we don't use it too much or inappropriately. So that's something to try first of all. Perhaps get somebody who's watching you talk to count the number of times you use one of the words that you think is one of the ones that you use too much. Or, even film yourself and discover from that, are you really overusing the word? Or is this just something that your brain has latched onto as a way of saying, you really need to be better at this? So check it first before assuming that it's a problem. Now, there's two other techniques that I'm going to suggest to you to overcome this, particularly if it is the case that you're kind of reaching for the same word every time. The first one is to just make greater use of pause. You may be using the same words every time because they're at the front of your mind when you speak, so you don't have to dig too deep to find the words that you're using. And you can tackle this by speaking a little bit more slowly and pausing a bit more, because when you pause, you can take a moment to dig a bit deeper and choose a word that's perhaps a bit more interesting. You are a writer, I know that, so you have a very large vocabulary. So there's lots of words in there, but perhaps those words just aren't front of mind for you. And you need to just pause for a few seconds to give yourself a chance to dig deeper. So that's one way of tackling it. The other, I think, though, this third method I think is going to be of most use to you. And this is about bringing those more interesting words into the forefront of your mind so they're there without you having to dig too deeply for them. And what I'm going to suggest is going to be so simple, you're going to think, why didn't I think of doing this? Before you give any talk, make a list for yourself of the interesting words that you would prefer to use when you speak. When you've made your list, read it out loud to yourself several times a day in the run-up to your talk. In doing so, guess what? You're bringing these words to the front of your mind, so that when you're speaking, these interesting words are going to be front of mind in your conscious brain, your conscious mind, and you'll be able to grasp them more easily. As simple as that. Give it a try.